Hi everyone, it's Ray Gaucher back with you once again. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time you're visiting, and if you're returning, welcome back. I used to share my experiences on the road as a trucker and what the Lord Yeshua was doing in my life every day. And the way things are going right now in my life, I may be out there sooner than you think. As a matter of fact, I faxed in an application for a transport company today. And the reason why I'm going back mainly is because, well, there's two reasons. One reason is financially, the pay is much better. Secondly, I really miss that one-on-one time that I spent out there with the Lord. I do. I miss it. It's hard to explain. For those of you out there that are truckers, those of you that are that spend time out on the road, you'll understand what I'm talking about. When you have an opportunity, when it's just you and the highway and God, there's something very special about it. And I know that when I went on the highway, He was starting to work in my life. And I really believe I came off the highway too prematurely. He wasn't finished with me. I mean, He's always working in us. He's always changing. He's always improving us. But He can also change us to a point where we're, okay, you're ready for this, Ray. And I wasn't ready. And I came off the highway prematurely. And how do I know that? Because in the last few days, I've been going through a really, really tough trial. I've lost somebody very dear to my heart. Well, I've lost them for now. I'm praying that God will reconcile us later on. But I really truly believe that He still has a lot of work left to do in me because, and I'm not afraid to admit this, it's really easy to love someone a lot, if you know what I mean. And I found myself loving this person so much that, okay, I'll try to explain this here in a nutshell. When I was on the highway, the Lord was working in my life. There was a love that was building in my heart for Him, but it wasn't quite at the point where it should have been, or where I would have been ready for somebody else in my life. Does that make sense to you? We can love God, but if we don't love Him more than everything else in our life, anybody else in our life, that's a problem, because God is a jealous God. And if He is trying to get our attention, if He is removing things out of our life because He doesn't have our complete undivided attention, He'll remove those things out of our lives. And sometimes we have to learn the hard way. And I know my own heart. And I love this person dearly. I love this person unconditionally. Maybe I love this person too much. And I didn't love God enough. And I guess my hope is that I'll have that opportunity to continue where I left off, for God to change the things in my life and to heal the things in my life and to make me the man He wants me to be. And then perhaps I'll be ready to love someone else, but not above Him. Does that make sense? I'm trying to say as much as I can without giving too much information. But I'm not afraid to admit that. I have done that. I have put, this person above God. And I didn't mean to. Don't get me wrong. I didn't say, you're above God. That's not it. I've been praying for God to be number one in my life for months and months and months. But it's very difficult for that to happen when your focus is constantly on this other person. And your love for God wasn't stronger before you met that person. Does that make sense? I think it does. It doesn't mean that I don't love God. I love God with all my heart. But there's something He needs to change in me, where if a circumstance or even a reconciliation with this person happens later on, that I will always make sure that God is number one. And if that person wants to say, well, I don't quite like what you're doing here and I'm going to leave, and I still feel my calling is to be out there on the highway, then I will have to love God enough to say, I'm sorry to hear you say that, but I'm staying out here. Yeah, you won't see me for 5 or 6 days out of the week, but this is where God wants me right now. He's working in me. I know He is. And when He calls me off the highway and He calls me to do something else, then I will do it. And if that person is loving and understanding, they will say, okay. But I can't allow something like that to change. I have to love God enough to sacrifice anything in my life for Him. What a horrible lesson to learn. I tell you so much. It's been a very tough lesson. But I'll tell you this, it's incredible. You know, all along I'm thinking to myself, you're weak, you're weak, you're weak, you're weak. But you know what? I'm a lot stronger than I think, and I give God the credit for that. And I give those special people in my life, the loved ones in my life, and those I love very much, a lot of appreciation for the prayers they have prayed for me. And I know there's people praying for me. And it's enabling me, and it's enabling me, and it's giving me the opportunity to grow and be comforted and strengthened. Like I said, the last few days have just been horrible. Today was a turning point for me. And I'll tell you when. I went to go visit my daughters today, and it was fun. The visit wasn't very long, but the day went by quick. And and as I was driving home, actually I heard this song come on the radio while I was dropping off my daughter Chelsea, I believe it is. And I started to listen to the lyrics while I'm driving. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my song. This is my song. It's like, you know when you hear a song on the radio and you're just like, God, you're speaking to me. You're speaking to me through this song. It's amazing. And I'm like, wow. And I just started to get emotional. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I tried to hold it together because I didn't want to embarrass myself in front of my daughter. And so I quickly, when I dropped her off, I looked it up on YouTube, and I found the song, and I plugged it into my car, and I just cranked it. And I just wept. I just wept. And any guy out there that's not afraid to admit that he weeps, especially for God and his desire for God, don't be afraid of that. He cried for you. He died for you. But I'll tell you something, this song is so powerful, and the reason why I'm making this video is because I'm going to share it with you. And I didn't want to just take the video and post it on Facebook or something. I wanted to actually get the song, put the lyrics on it, and add a little bit of background scenery of one of my road trips that I made. Actually, the scenery is, ironically, it's the only one I have on my computer, on my laptop, and ironically, it is the same scenery of June 4th, 2013. And there's something really significant about that, because this is 4 days before I met this beautiful girl. And I really wish I would have been ready at that time. I really do. But you know what? My prayers are still there that he'll do something later on with this. But right now my focus needs to be on him. So I have a little bit of, so I added some scenery of my road trip behind the song, plus I put the lyrics of the song on the screen, and of course the song. And the song is by Sidewalk Prophets, and it's called Keep Making Me. It's an awesome song, and if you find yourself in a situation where you've hit a bottom, if you are having such a hard time getting close to God and gaining that personal, intimate relationship, if you're having a problem like me, putting Him number one and other things above Him, listen to the song clearly. Listen to it several times if you have to. And as you read the lyrics, read it as a prayer to God. Read it as a prayer to God. Ask Him to break you. Ask Him to make you lonely so you'll want to be with Him. I'm not going to give you all the lyrics of the song. It's an incredible song. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it blesses you abundantly. And I'll talk to you soon.
Make me broken so I can be healed, 'cause I'm so callous and now I can't feel. I wanna run to you with heart wide open. Make me broken. Make me empty so I can be